What's up, guys? So I just came out of a weekly Q&A call that I do with the Freedom team, and I broke down this one concept that I really want to explain with you guys because I think it's going to be extremely helpful for you in your trading. And essentially what it is I broke down today's price action on SPX or SPY or ES, whatever you want to use. And I break down exactly how I essentially do my trading, how I understand who's in control, what I'm thinking throughout each trade. So this video is definitely going to help you out, really understand what's going on and how you can put on a trade together using my thought process. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive right into it. So looking at SPX as the market opens. Now I have these two levels marked on here. Okay, I have VAH and VAL. Okay, that stands for value area low and value area high. Okay, these two concepts by themselves I could explain in like a 6-hour video. There's so much to go on that, so I'm not going to cover that in this video. But for you to understand really what's going on and how you can kind of get the gist of what I'm thinking, the main concept when it comes to these two different levels is that when price comes back below this VAH level, so obviously we opened above it, but when price comes below it, we expect price to want to go to this other level down at VAL. It kind of acts like a magnet, okay? When one crosses the other, we expect price to eventually come down to this other level, okay? I'll make a future video on that, but for now, that's the main gist of what you need to understand for the context of this trade, okay? Now, when the market opens, right, we take out yesterday's high. Let me draw that in here. This is yesterday's price action here. Put that in black. So we take out yesterday's high. We actually open above it, sorry. We come back down, we hit this VAH level, we end up spiking all the way back up, okay? We end up taking out this high, we end up coming back down and then lower. So what am I thinking throughout this thought process? Now, the first trade that I ended up taking on SPX was when price came down here, we're bouncing off this demand. I got long, didn't take profit, moved my stop to break even when it was down here, and eventually got stopped out break even. But my thought process during this time was say, okay, if I got stopped out here and price ends up coming back down, back through this VAH level, I'm going to expect price to want to go down to this VAL level. Now, just because I expect that doesn't mean I necessarily want to put on a trade, right? So when I see this price action occur, I notice two things, okay? Two different pieces of information, okay? This is basically how I walk you through my trade. This is what I think when I'm trading, okay? I know two pieces of information. I say, okay, price first was able to take out this high. We stop punted it, right? We took it out. So everyone who was short here, they got stop punted. They had to cover their position. Price immediately came back down, ended up coming back down, and we were able to break this low, okay? Now that told me two different things, okay? The buyers that were buying here were not strong enough to hold price. You can see price came back down. They weren't able to hold it, right? Price ended up breaking through it, which means the sellers up here were strong, okay? Because the sellers here were able to essentially outsell the buyers down here, right? And on top of that, in combination with the stop hunt, I know that this is a strong area of resistance. I know that this is supply. I know that sellers are going to hold this high here. Okay, so at this point, let's say at this point in the market, I'm thinking, okay, two things of, going through my head. I say, okay, I know price is unlikely to go above this area. Okay, so I can put on a trade. I'm thinking of a trade where, okay, I know price is not going to go above this high or this high because A, we had supply form, right? You can zoom in on a 5-minute chart. We had supply form here. So I know we have supply. I know we have strong sellers. And I know that we had these sellers take out these buyers, right? So we're starting a downtrend, right? So now I know, okay, two pieces of information. We have that supply and we have that downtrend. So my thought process is, okay, I know price isn't going to want to get above here. Now, does that mean I should just blindly go in short? No. Okay, we need to have a system. We need to have a trade in place. So I'm like, okay, I want to get in short, but price is all the way down here, right? If I can get short down here, but excuse me, sorry, I've put my stop all the way up here. That's a 15-point stop, right? And if my target in this example would be this other level down at VAL, it's not even a one-to-one risk reward trade. Okay, it's not something I want to be taking. So what I'm thinking through this is, okay, I know I want to get short, but I don't necessarily want to get short here. Okay, so we established the bias, but we don't enter in any trade yet. So price breaks that low. Now we end up coming back up. I could have got short here. I could have said to myself, okay, if I get short here, put my stop over this high, because again, our thesis is price may want to come down to this VAL level, right? We came down, we're in a downtrend. There's a good chance that I think price is going to come down here. And we know price is not going to go above here, okay? So I could have put on a trade like this for a 2-hour trade. That would have been my first good trade. At this point, I wasn't actually trading. I was done for the day, but that would have been what I was looking for during this trade. Now, let's say, for example, that I missed this setup, okay? Price comes back down. Let's say price comes down here, and now price is all the way down here. I say, crap, that would have been a really good short up here, okay? Now, I'm not going to sit here and chase a short entry down here. I'm going to reassess and figure out a plan. So then I start thinking, okay, let's just think for a little bit. Use our brain here, right? Price made another leg higher, right? We came back down, and we were able to break this low again. Okay, so we broke this low. So again, that confirms our downtrend once again, right? So now we know, okay, the sellers here, again, were strong enough to take out the buyers down here because price was able to break below it. Again, we also had more supply form, right? You can see this 1 minute supply. We had a pretty fast move down. So I start thinking, okay, we have more supply form up here. Price is able to break this low here. So we know that the sellers here are in control. And technically, we shouldn't see price get above this area here, right? Price should be able to hold this high. Sellers should be defending this high here. So now I start thinking, okay, we have two pieces of information now, right? We know that price should be defended up here, right? So we don't expect price to go above this 4124 level. And because of this VAH-VAL system, I believe that price is going to go down to this VAL level, right? I have a lot more confidence now that price is going down to this VAL level. That's going to be my target. So now what I'm thinking is, okay, again, I want to get short. Now I know that this area is going to be defended. So if I'm looking to get short, I know my stop's going to be up here. I know my target's going to be down here. And then it's just a matter of picking, okay, where do I want to get in? Where can I get a good risk reward? Okay? I think a lot of people, they do it wrong. They say, where do I want to get in? And then they figure out where to put their stop and target after that. The way I trade is a little bit different. I figure out who's in control. Where do I know price is not going to go? So in this case, I know price is not going to go up here. Now, obviously it could, but my theory is that, based on statistics, based on probability, price is not going to get above this level, okay? And I know for my target as well, I start thinking, okay, I know where my stop's going to be. I know where my target's going to be, based on this VAL theory. Now I figure out, okay, where can I find a good entry? Where can I find a good risk reward? Okay, and now for me, I'm totally okay taking a 1-to-1 risk reward trade because I know in the long run I have a winning percentage. I have a strong winning percentage, so I know I'm going to make money in the long run with a 1-to-1 risk reward. Okay, obviously it's better to have better than that. You want to do more than that, but I'm fine with 1-to-1. So at this point in the trade, I say, okay, right, I know I want to get short. I know price, with my thesis, price is going to come down to this VAL, and I know that price is not going to go above this, 4124 level. So as long as I'm going to get a 1-to-1 risk reward, I'm solid. Okay, so I see price come down, right? Just like this, price comes down, and then I say, okay, we have this small fair value gap here. We have the small pullback, right? Whatever you want to call it. This would be the ideal short entry. Okay. Now, could I have waited for price to come all the way up to here, get a 4 risk reward trade, and come back up to supply? Yes. Now, would I have missed that trade? Yes. Okay. So when it comes to trading, I really want you guys to break it down and think in terms of, like, where would my stop going to be? Where's my target going to be? Then think about your entry. Okay. It's a different way to think because I know, okay, if I know price, probability-wise isn't going to go above here and probability-wise wants to go down here, all I need to do is have a good risk reward. I can put the trade on. Simple as that. It doesn't even matter that much where I get in, right? If I know statistically price, there's a good chance it won't go above here, will go here. It really doesn't matter if I get in right here, if I get in up here, okay? Because the odds are going to be in my favor. And of course, I want to have a good risk reward, but I don't need a 3R, 4R, 5R. Like, I don't need a 15R trade, right? What I can do is set up a trade where I get a decent risk reward, like 1 to 1.5, or even 1-to-1 if I'm getting in down here. And I know that statistically, I'm going to have an edge in the market. And that's the way you should be looking about your trading, okay? It's by using different, thesis and using analogies of, okay, who's going to be in control? Why do I believe price is not going to go above this high, right? Well, we have supply form and we broke this low. Why do I not believe price is going to go above this high? Again, we have supply form and price was able to break this low. When you understand trend, when you understand supply and demand, you're able to understand who's in control and where price shouldn't go. And when you know where price shouldn't go, that is going to help you put on a better trade so you can get a good risk reward and you know exactly how to trade this type of market, okay? I can even show you the same exact thing on the downside, right? Let me show you this as well. Get rid of all the levels. Let's just talk about supply, demand, and trend for a minute, right? Let's just talk about supply, demand. Price comes back down. Again, we're still in a downtrend. Now we have the supply zone right here. We have this high right here, right? So in this case, we have price come, downtrend like this, and we end up going up here. We take out that high, okay? So that means that the buyers here, the buyers who bought down here, were strong enough to take out the sellers up here, okay? Because price was able to peak above it, okay? Just for a little bit, but price was able to get above it, right? Price down here broke this supply. And so when we see that happen, we know, okay, we know buyers are in control, so we know that this low should hold, right? So if we know that this low should hold and price is not going to go below this level, right, and we can expect to move higher, right, because this may be the start of an uptrend, now we know, okay, I know price doesn't want to go below here, and I know price may want to come back up to here, grab this liquidity, so we can put on a trade. Now, where do I get into that trade, right? Do I want to get in at this demand zone here, right? No, because my thesis is that price is going to, hold this level down here, and I'm only targeting this high here. It's not a good risk reward, right? So I could have gotten in this demand zone here, but when you understand where price shouldn't go, you can take much better trades. And so price came back down. Again, we expected these buyers down here to hold. We hit this demand zone beautifully and ended up coming back up towards the end of the day, okay? Very, very simple trade you could have taken. This one by itself would have been a very, very solid trade. Something like this, that would have been a 3R trade, okay? Coming right up to this supply could have been one of our targets, okay? So I want you guys to really focus on understanding, where should price not go, right? Who's in control? Why do I believe this, area should be defended? And that's going to really help you put together a trade plan when it comes to trading and, coming up with an idea of how to actually put a trade together. All right, so with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do want to join the Freedom Team, I do weekly Q&A calls just like this, explaining concepts, breaking down stuff like this every single week. I do live trading. I do one-on-one calls with you, all of the above. If you guys are interested, I want you to go on Twitter, and I want you to DM me the word YouTube. Okay, if you DM me the word YouTube, that means I know you came from this video, and I will secure you a spot inside of the Freedom Team. I only take on 15 people a month, but since you guys stuck to the end, you guys are a real one, I'll give you a little surprise. So DM me the word YouTube. I'll secure your spot on Twitter. First link in the description. I'll see you guys inside of the Freedom Team. Now, thank you guys again. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment other videos I should make, and I will see you all in the next video.